This isn't the first time you've worked on a project together, correct?
Yeah, I directed David's short last year about Alzheimer's disease. And actually, we went to school together. He's much older than me, but we still went to school together. Yeah.
You just had to throw that in there.
So much older. So much older.
It's not like he's growing like gray hairs or anything. I'm just saying.
Now, your newest project. Can you tell me a little bit about it? Where the idea came from?
Um, it's my latest project is my third feature film. It's a much darker project than anything I've done before. Um, and the idea actually came to me when I was taking a walk down the street, and that's usually how my ideas come to me is when I'm daydreaming about life walking down the street. That's usually how it happens. No other like crazy creative method there, but yeah.
And David, what made you decide that you wanted to be a part of this?
Well, first and foremost, I mean, don't tell him, but I really like working with him. And you don't want me to answer that on camera. Um, but I read the script and I thought that it really spoke to me. I really identified with some of the supporting characters, um, and I could appreciate the struggle of the protagonist, but it didn't really speak to me personally. But as far as the situation that he's in, I know people who have been there. I can really relate to the message that the project sends, or that we're gonna try to send, and I just think it would be a lot of fun to work on, and I'm gonna be acting in it as well, and I just think it's gonna be tremendous fun.
And you're also doing some acting in it, is that right?
No, no acting, just directing and writing, obviously. Yeah.
So, what do you prefer more?
I don't like acting. I hate acting. I am a bit of an attention whore, but I just don't like being in front of the camera. And I'm not a good actor. I know where my strengths and weaknesses are, and I'm a bad actor. So I leave it up to people who are more capable than me, much more capable. But I prefer between writing and directing. They're both very different beasts. Um, I don't know. I think they both have their pros and cons. I like writing because I like being alone a lot of the times, and then directing is well, yeah. I'd say equal.
And in saying that you're not a good actor, and you know that, how do you come across good actors? How do you decide that this person's perfect for the role?
Um, if I can believe everything they say, I mean, the best actors are the actors that can tell me that, the sky is red, and I'll believe them. Uh, and that, yeah, that's sort of what I look for. Honesty, because acting is telling a story, and a story is only good if it's honest, I think.
Without giving too much away, can you tell me a little bit about the plot of your story?
Sure. Between Me is about a psychologically gifted young teenager who has the ability to speak with his three inner voices, which are modeled after Freud's id and ego. It's a very dark, it's funny, but it's a very dark coming of age story, psychological.
And we talked a little bit about this before. You sort of have different personalities as well, right?
Oh, maybe. Sure. Yes, I do.
And can you explain a little bit about them and how you sort of wrap them into this role?
Oh, well, I'm not crazy. No, I just think, look, I think everybody has different sides to them, and sometimes they're not in tuned with them. They're not, connected with them. I know that sometimes I can be aggressive, and sometimes I can be shy, and sometimes I can be pompous, and sometimes I can be charming or annoying or whatever, and I focus that energy into creating characters and creating these characters specifically.
And we were speaking earlier. You guys have meetings today lined up to go about with grant proposals. Can you tell me what that whole process is like?
Frustrating. It's long. It's tedious. It's each one's kind of different. I mean, you really have to be able to throw everything you have um, into a package and send it off, and then you wait and you twiddle your thumbs, and sometimes you never hear back from them, and sometimes you hear back from them saying sorry, and sometimes you know, rarely occasionally hear back from them, and it's happy news. But it can be frustrating, and it can be also incredibly rewarding.
Yeah, I mean, we're really lucky right now, Maya. We've got some really cool opportunities ahead of us and lined up. Sort of at an early-ish kind of stage. I don't want to say early stage because we're not really at an early stage, but yeah, it's really frustrating. It's a lot. It's a lot of waiting around, but you know that's what the film industry is. So gotta get used to it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And how do you decide which places you're gonna approach with a grant request?
If we can if we're eligible, then we'll go for it. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And this time is a bit of a bigger amount than you're used to looking for. Um, how do you go about bringing that to the person as opposed to you would with a smaller amount?
Well, you go to the right people. It hasn't really been an issue because our budget isn't actually massive. It's quite small. It's bigger than what I've done and what David's done before. Um, but it's not extreme, and our budget is quite good. It's quite the money's in the right place. So no one has really been shocked about it yet. So it's approaching them with confidence because we know what to do with the money. Um, and we have people that can spend the money properly. So.
And once you do get that money, what's your next step?
Then the producers schedule out the production, which we're hoping to shoot next summer, and we officially lock in our actors, who we have a great cast and crew lined up already. A really great cast and crew, but you know, we lock in our actors and we lock in our locations, and then we go shoot.
And are you hoping to shoot in Vancouver?
Oh, everything is in Vancouver. Everything. I try to set all my films in Vancouver because I love Vancouver.
Is there a specific reason why you love Vancouver?
That's okay. Good question, Maya. Specific reason why I like Vancouver? Well, because it's a city, and I like being urban. I like being in an urban environment, but it has a very sort of homey feel to it. It's not, you know, a crazy city. It's relaxing. It's fun. It's beautiful.
And when you shoot in Vancouver, do you shoot as though it is Vancouver, or do you try to change it into a whole other location?
Always Vancouver. Always Vancouver. Yeah.
That's nice because, you know, some people you speak to and they don't necessarily admit that they're Canadian. That comes out later in life. So it's nice that you guys stay grounded and about home.
Yeah.
Now I have one question that I ask each of my guests, and you guys know this. Hopefully you're prepared. I'd like to know what sock choice you made today.
I unfortunately didn't. I do, and you know, I make some cool. I make some cool sock choices, but not today. I'm just rocking the normal white shorty with my shoes. Yeah, absolutely. I'm preppy. Yeah.
The other day, the last time I saw you, you were wearing like sort of maroon red ones. So why the white ones today?
Because it's casual. Because I'm casual today. Yeah.
One of your very many personalities. I like it. And how about you, David?
Today I went with the wigwams. I actually bought them for the Tough Mudder race that I ran in June, and wanted to keep my feet dry and warm, and they're keeping my feet dry and warm right now.
There you go. You came prepared, just in case. You never know what the weather's gonna do here, right?
Yeah, that's true. Although it's nice today.
It is. We lucked out, but yeah, exactly. If he's jinxed it, you're prepared.
I'm not.
Thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you, Maya.
It's so nice to see you again.